Hello everyone. In physics classes we are doing NCERT exercise of chapter atoms of the unit atoms and nuclei. It's the first 8 numericals we have already discussed in our previous videos. In this video we are going to start from the question number 9. So let's start from the question number 9. It is saying that a 12.5 electron volt electron beam is used to bombard gaseous hydrogen atom at room temperature. What series of wavelengths will be emitted? Means a electron beam is there which energy is 12.25 electron volt, and they are saying ki electrons of the hydrogen, gaseous hydrogen, are going to absorb this energy. Of course, when the ground state electrons are going to absorb energy, they will excited up to the higher levels, and the lifetime of the excited levels are less. After some time they need to come back to the lower levels, and when they are coming back to the lower levels, they are going to release the energy. So they are asking that what kind of series they are going to emit it out. Students, for hydrogen atom we know the value of energy. It is given by minus 13.6 L square electron volt. It is the energy of nth energy level. We have energy levels. Suppose this one is first, second, third, fourth and fifth, and so on. Okay, now we are calculating energy of various levels. Suppose E1, we need to replace m square by 1 square. We get the energy level of first is minus 13.6 electron volt. Similarly, energy of second level, we are going to replace n by 2. So it will be minus 13.6 by 2 square. It will be equivalent to minus 3.4 electron volt. For third energy level, n square will be replaced by 3 square. On solving, we get the value of minus 1.51 electron volt. E4, we are going to replace n by 4 square. So it will be minus 0.85 electron volt, and so on. Means using this formula, we can find out the energy of various energy levels. First energy level, second, third, fourth and so on. So these are the energy of various energy levels. Now, when electron wants to jump from first to second level, how much energy it needs? If it want to jump from first to third level, how much energy it need? So that is done by the gap. How much is this gap? How much is this gap? Means we are going to find out the gap. If we want that electron should jump from first level to second one, so it should have the energy between this much. Means the energy difference between these two levels. Or we can write E2 minus E1. E2 is minus 3.4. Minus E1 is minus 13.6. Minus minus will become positive. Its value will be 10.2 electron volt. Means when electron wants to jump from first level to second level, it should have minimum amount of this energy. Okay. If it want to jump from first to third level, then it should have this much energy difference level. So E3 minus E1. E3 we know minus 1.51, minus of E1 is 13.6. This gap will give the energy 12.09 electron volt. Means if electron wants to jump from first to third level, it should have this much energy. That gap of these two levels, that is 12.09 electron volt. And we are saying that gaseous hydrogen is bombarded by the electron beam which is having 12.5 electron volt. Means for jumping from first to second level, it needs 10.2 electron volt, but it is having 12.5, which is more than this. So that can easily excite the electron from first to the second level. To the third level, it needs 12.09 electron volt. It is having 12.5. It can easily excite. Now, can it jump to the fourth level? Then we need to find out this much gap, the energy gap between the fourth and first level. The energy of fourth level is minus 0.85. Energy for first level is minus 13.6. When we calculate this gap, it is equivalent to 12.75 electron. Means if we want that electron will jump from first to fourth, it should have this much energy. But the electron beam is having this much energy. So it can't jump to the fourth level. It is having 12.5 electron volt. So electron can excited up to the either second level or to the third level. To the fourth level it cannot jump because it is not having this much order of energy. Okay, now electron can jump to second level or electron can jump to third level. Okay, because it is having 12.5 electron volt. For this jump it needs 10.2 electron volt, and for this jump it needs 12.09 electron volt. Okay, so electron either may jump to second level or it may jump to third level. Okay, now because we know the excited levels are having their lifetime small, in the third level it may come to the second level or it may come to the first level directly. And if it is in second level, it is going to come in the first level. Okay, so three transitions can be there. From the second energy level, of course it is going to come back in the first level. It have only one option. But when electron is in third level, it have two options. It may come to either second level or to the first level. Okay, we know the hydrogen spectrum. If the electron from the excited levels are coming towards the second level, they belongs to Balmer series. And if the electron is de-excited from higher levels to the first level, then it belongs to the Lehman series. So we have two kind of series, Lehman series and Balmer series. Lehman series, when finally electron is coming to the first energy level, and Balmer series is when finally electron reaches to the second energy level. And in this case, because electron can be excited to second or third level, if it is excited to second level, it may come after some time to the first level. If it is coming to first level, this will belong to the Lehman series. If it is excited to the third level, it is having two probabilities. It may come firstly either to the second level or to the directly first level. If it is coming to second level, it will belong to Balmer series. If it is coming to the first level, it belongs to the Lehman series. This hydrogen spectrum we have already discussed in our theoretical concept, that from the excited level, if electron is reaches finally to first energy level, it belongs to Lehman series. If it reaches to second level, it belongs to Balmer series. If it reaches to third level, it belongs to Paschen series. If it reaches to fourth level, it is Brackett series, and for fifth one it is Pfund series. This thing in detail we have discussed in our theoretical classes. You can revise your topics from the playlist. All the topics of chapter atoms are available there. Okay, so finally I am recapitulating the whole terms of this numerical. This energy initially gas was having, so this much energy it can use for the excitation of electrons. Electron may jump from first level to second, third, fourth and so on. This much is about the energy of the various levels, and this one is about the gaps between first and second level, between first and third level, between first and fourth level. So that to jump from first to second level, it needs this much energy. To jump from first to third level, it needs this much energy. To jump from first to fourth level, it needs just this much energy. Okay, so it is having this much. This is greater than both 2. So electron first and second level, and from here it may come to first and second level. So the answer will be the series which we get are Lehman series and Balmer series. Balmer series lies in the visible region and Lehman series lies in the UV region. What are the series? When these electrons from excited level coming to the ground level, they are releasing energy. E is equals to h nu. So the frequency or wavelength of these series belongs to for this in the UV region, for this in the Balmer region. So this much is about the question number 9. Let's move towards the question number 10. Now the question number 10 is, in accordance with the Bohr's model, find the quantum number that characterizes the Earth revolution around the Sun in an orbit of radius 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 meter with orbital speed 3 into 10 to the power 4 meter per second. So we need to find out the quantum number. Okay, the radius of the orbit in which Earth is revolving is 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 meter, and the speed with which the Earth is revolving around the Sun is 3 into 10 to the power 14 meter per second. And the mass of Earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram. Okay. Now they are asking for the quantum number. According to the Bohr's model, the stable orbits are possible if the angular momentum of electrons is integral multiple of h by 2 pi, where n is integer. Okay, so this rule is going to be followed when the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in different orbits. The same thing is for the Earth. Earth is revolving around the Sun. It is also going to follow the same rule. So angular momentum L will be equals to mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where n is the principal quantum number, and in this question they are asking about this value. So n is given by 2 pi, will shift here, 2 pi mvr, h will shift in the denominator by h. So principal quantum number will be given by using this formula. N is equals to 2 pi mvr upon h. We have all the values. 2 is constant, pi is constant, m is mass of Earth, v is velocity of Earth revolving in an orbit, r is radius of that orbit in which Earth is revolving, and h is Planck's constant. So n is equals to 2 into 3.14 into mass is 6 into 10 to the power 24, velocity is 3 into 10 to the power 14, into radius is 1.5 into 10 to the power 11, upon h is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. And on solving these values, we get n is equals to 2.57 into 10 to the power 74. It is a quantum number, it will not have any unit. The value is 2.57 into 10 to the power 74. This is a very big value. So this is the quantum number. Students, we are solving NCERT exercise, and we can't solve these numericals if we do not have our command on the theoretical topics. So I would like to repeat my statement, which I am repeating in all my videos, that you are going to clear your concepts first, then you are going to solve out your numericals. First, revise your topics. Don't think that once you have read out the chapter, that's sufficient. No, that's not sufficient. You need to repeat the topics again and again. You need to revise the topics again and again. Then only you are having some knowledge about the concept. Then you can apply those formulas for solving the numericals. Okay, so keep focus on the revision of your concepts and do practice of the numericals. From various books, you can try the different numericals I'm just solving the NCERT exercise numericals, which may be asked in the board exam. Similar numericals you can try from the different books. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.